The 1992 Academy Awards were proclaimed the Year of the Woman, and rightly so. After years of mediocre secondary roles, always veiled within the shadows of their male counterparts, many of the actresses nominated in 1992 were from films centered on the lives, struggles, and hardships of women. Nominations for the coveted Best Actress Oscar included Mary McDonnell playing the role of a paralyzed actress in Passion Fish, three-time nominee Michelle Pfeiffer for Love Feel, and another three-time nominee Susan Sarandon for Lorenzo's Oil, veteran actress yet first-time nominee Catherine Deneuve for Indochine, and another first-time nominee Emma Thompson for Howard's End, who took home quite a few memories from her period performance.
You know that sheep obviously have their hair removed for the summer. They have haircuts. And these sheep, in order to retain the period look, because clearly they weren't shorn as often in those days, had to have the full, the full coat during the summer. So they used to get sunstroke. So suddenly you'd be in the middle of, chatting away, and then behind you you'd see a sheep just go. Just keel over in the back of the shop. Oh my God! What's wrong with the sheep? There's a sheep. The sheep's fainted.
The list of hopefuls for the supporting actress category included only one American, an unknown Brooklynite named Marissa Tomei, who explained the distinction between her first role and her first nominated role for My Cousin Vinny.
I didn't really have an inkling about either one because, Oscar was like my break. So I was just hoping to do well, and still I felt that way with Vinny, and I still feel that way now, but I didn't really have a consciousness about how important it was to Hollywood in general, to how much your movie made it. I was just like, I'm an actor. Yeah.
Three of Tomei's co-nominees for Best Supporting Actress were British: Joan Plowright for Enchanted April, Vanessa Redgrave with her 6th nomination for her part in Howard's End, and Miranda Richardson playing opposite Jeremy Irons in The Sexually Obsessed Damage. The remaining nominee was Australian-born Judy Davis for Woody Allen's Husbands and Wives. Not to be outdone by the actresses, the Best Actor nominees had some heavyweights that year as well. 7-time nominee Al Pacino was up for his performance as a foul-mouthed, blind military colonel in Scent of a Woman. Denzel Washington with his 3rd nomination for Spike Lee's Malcolm X. And 3 first-time nominees rounded out the category: Robert Downey Jr. for his portrayal of the Little Tramp in Chaplin, Stephen Ray for the gender-varying film The Crying Game, and film veteran Clint Eastwood for Unforgiven, which he not only acted in, but directed and produced as well. Not widely known to the public, Unforgiven was actually Eastwood's 16th directorial undertaking. The rugged actor had started working behind the camera in 1971 when he directed Play Misty for Me.
Play Misty for me. You know him as
Then, in 1972, he directed and acted in High Plains Drifter.
What did you say your name was again?
I didn't.
In 1975, Clint wore both hats again for The Eiger Sanction.
I didn't actually kill him, you know. Well, I probably won't actually kill you.
In 1976, The Outlaw Josie Wales.
You're all alone now, Wales.
Not quite alone.
In 1977, The Gauntlet.
This bike stays with me. You 3 can take a hike.
Hey, man, this is our choppers, Charlie.
This is my gun, Clyde.
In 1980, Bronco Billy.
Let's see what this baby can do.
In 1982, Clint acted and directed in both Firefox and Honky Tonk Man.
I have conceived.
Honky Tonk Man.
Then Sudden Impact in 1983.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Pale Rider in 1985.
I think war's just been declared.
and Heartbreak Ridge the following year.
Why don't you just sit there and bleed a while before you taste some real pain?
In 1988, Eastwood directed the story of jazz great Charlie Parker in Bird. And White Hunter Black Heart, and then The Rookie, before finally hitting the zenith of his career. After all was said and done, Unforgiven went up for 9 nominations, which included Best Supporting Actor nominee Gene Hackman, who, strangely enough, had a difficult time seeing just what a brilliant yet sadistic performance he had really given in the film.
I wish I could be really objective about when I see myself on screen. I look at strange things. I look at my double chin, at the bags under my eyes, big nose, receding hairline. It's vanity, you know. It's I can't look at the acting, good or bad. It's just I see an old man up there.
But Hackman would have to compete against another film force, Jack Nicholson, with his 10th nomination, tying with that of Laurence Olivier, the most ever received by an actor, for his role in A Few Good Men. Finishing the Best Supporting Actor category was Jay Davidson for his depiction of a transvestite in The Crying Game. Al Pacino once again, this time for Glengarry Glen Ross, and newcomer David Paymer for Mr. Saturday Night. One of Unforgiven's 9 nominations was for Best Picture, but it would be up against 4 other powerful films. The Crying Game, the plot-twisting film about an IRA terrorist and his association with a transvestite. Rob Reiner's military drama, A Few Good Men. Scent of a Woman was also nominated, as was Howard's End. With 9 nominations, Unforgiven cleaned up, taking home 4 Oscars, including Best Film Editing, Best Director Clint Eastwood, and Best Picture of the Year, the 3rd Western ever to take home that Oscar.
Well, I don't know if it was a homage to the past, maybe an homage to the future of Westerns, but it sort of demythologicalized them, and that was intended, but that doesn't mean I want to really stop them, because I think they're a truly great American art form. There aren't many art forms that really emanate in this country, and the Western movie, I believe, is one of them.
The 4th Oscar for Unforgiven went to Gene Hackman as Best Supporting Actor. It had been over 20 years since Hackman had won his first Oscar for The French Connection. And nearly 30 years since his first nomination for Bonnie and Clyde. Newcomer Marissa Tomei was the surprise winner of the Best Supporting Actress Oscar for My Cousin Vinny. With her first nomination, Emma Thompson took home the Best Actress Oscar for her portrayal of a middle-class Englishwoman exposed to the prejudices of the wealthy in Howard's End. During her speech, Emma explained the impact of her character, not only to herself, but to all women.
Well, I love playing her because I feel very strongly that you should go back to the past to find out why you're here. And I mean, you know, I find it extraordinary that I had an education and that I can vote and that, you know, I can sit on my own in a room with a man and hold my own, and that I can talk politics, that I can talk religion. And the reason I can do that is because women fought for me and they died for me. And Margaret's part of that history.
The past may have left 6 unsuccessful nominations for Al Pacino, but the present finally saw him take home the Best Actor Oscar for Scent of a Woman. In a salute to one of film history's best storytellers, the 1992 Academy Awards also rewarded Italian director Federico Fellini for a lifetime of weird and wonderful films. It was the year that saw the rebirth of the Western, the rise of the woman, and the final acknowledgement of a film legend, 1992.